There's no place I'd rather be hit than on a Wednesday night, but right here at Pitch Practice, the show. You're not there with me, Brandon. Brandon. Uh-oh, you're gonna have to leave again, Brandon. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of everyone's favorite place to be on a Wednesday evening. Pitch Practice, the show. Brandon is here with us today. I think he's having some hearing issues. He's going to have to leave the room and come back again. I already know it. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Give us a hashtag. Where you watching from? Down in the comments. Are you watching from California? Are you watching from the States? Are you watching from overseas? Where are you watching from? We want to know. So let us know down in the comments. We're doing it again. It's another Wednesday evening. What are you up to? I know what Brandon and I are up to, and it's always good stuff. Today's episode is going to be a great one. Hope that you are ready. If you see the topic of today's conversation, it says, are you overwhelmed? Because we're going to talk today about being overwhelmed and stuck in your business. What type of feeling is that? Because anybody out there can relate to that, being overwhelmed, and being overwhelmed can make you get stuck. I know I get stuck all the time when I have so many things to do and I just actually don't know where to start sometimes. And that can be a problem. You know what they say? They say, if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person. That's the type of person that I've been my entire life. Just the type of person that is, everybody else gives their work to me because they know that I'm the one to get it done. So if you're out there and you're a multi-passionate entrepreneur too, then you can understand and relate where I am coming from. And today, I just want to make sure that we're good on all of our socials and that everything is fine. So we're going to wait for Brandon to show up. Think he's having some issues, almost on cue. When he shows back up, there he is. Let's bring him back on. Welcome. Can't hear you. I think it's your it's your mic.
It's not.
I think it's your mic.
It's not. This is Restream.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, it's all Restream, man. I mean, as soon as you hit play, it like the whole thing just went sideways. And I'll refrain from cussing because this is a family show, and my frustrations with Restream. So, yeah. So I'm here. We're here. We're going to talk about some stuff. Brandon with BKX6 Enterprises, getting those funnels hooked up online as always. And we're going to talk about overwhelm because right now I'm very overwhelmed and frustrated. And as you
Okay,
know,
okay, I'm sorry. I just had to get my volume adjusted right there.
yeah,
and take it up a notch, make sure all I'm all good to go on the social media and that we're actually streaming live inside the Facebook group. Hey, how has your week been so far?
long, and can't wait for it to be over. To be honest, like I'm looking forward to Friday at 5 o'clock to where I can shut down for a minute and then just get back to the grind for the weekend deal and work the side business and and trying to come up with today's topic for what we're going to be discussing and trying to help you guys out there and just kind of exposing what we go through during the week, and that's the overwhelmedness and the stuckness that we get in with the analysis paralysis and all the projects that we have
Mm-hmm.
to do and just get done and just figure out a way to get them done, so we just don't look at a screen and not do anything. Just find that motivation and dig down and just do it, right?
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I when before you came back on, I was talking about how there's a saying that goes, if you want something done, to give it to a busy person. I think sometimes, at least for me, I'm always you know, I want to do a little bit of everything. I don't want to say no, you know. I don't want to say no. And in some projects, I have had to learn how to say no, though,
Mm-hmm.
um, say no to some projects. And but a lot of times I don't like to say no, and that can be a good thing and a bad thing. So yeah, and I would definitely say that you were talking about today's topic is going to be one that a lot of us struggle with, and what to do. That what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, overwhelm is at the forefront of any business owner, right? You got 100 projects that are half done, possibly a calendar full of meetings, which you should have, because as you and I both know, white space is the devil.
Is the
but
devil.
but it comes to a point where it's like you have so much to do that there's literally no motivation to do any of it. It comes down to the analysis paralysis, right? You're looking at your calendar, you're looking at the tasks, and it's like, okay, what do I want to do first? What part of the elephant do I want to bite off first to get it done? But usually once you start getting in and doing the thing, that it becomes easy. Like you get into that flow state and it just works, right?
Yeah. I think it's I think sometimes, at least for me, what I encounter is, you know, what to do first, what to do first, what to do first. And they always say you want to swallow that frog. But today, in today's, of course, we're gonna break this down in a way that's pretty real. We're gonna have a couple of bullet points we're gonna talk about in order for us to get that overwhelm out of the way. It's going to be simple, and we're going to have some actionable steps that we're going to talk about today. Not just not just the rah rah or trying to get hyped up, but we're going to be talking about a system that you can build so you can stay focused, delegate better, and also finally start making progress whenever you feel that overwhelm. Excited to talk about this subject today. I think that we can all really get something out of it today. What do you think?
Yeah, because if you don't make this shift, you're going to stay stuck working in the business and not on it. And if you ever read the E Myth, or at least the E Myth Revisited, that is like one of the main points of that book is get out of the business, right? So, I mean, what's the first thing that you um, think you can do when you start feeling buried?
All right, all right. So let's you want to talk about the first bullet now?
Yeah,
Okay. Were you asking me what's the first thing I do?
yeah.
Uh First thing I do when I start to feeling buried, man, I think panic sets in. I think a little bit of panic sets in. It's a feeling that comes over me. It's like, it's just so much to do, not enough hours in the day. I always want to do everything, but it's like, uh, I'll tell you what my solution is typically, Brandon,
What's that?
is to lose sleep. Sleep,
Lose sleep.
sleep. Yeah, Yeah, to give myself more time. To give myself more time, it's usually sleep that is the thing that is sacrificed.
I saw a reel or maybe a YouTube short, something like that, some short form video where they actually talk about this, where it's like it's called sleep revenge, I guess, for people that just feel so overwhelmed and don't feel like they're getting um, anything and everything out of life that they need to get done, end up punishing themselves by staying up later than what they should, and it typically doesn't bode well for them. So, I mean, I, I didn't realize I was doing it, but I tend to do it sometimes as well. You just got so much to do during the day that there's no me time or personal time that you end up just wasting those hours staying up, and then get even more overwhelmed because you didn't do anything, or I didn't do anything during those hours, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, you exactly. So if you ever feel like the more your business grows, the more buried you feel, well, that's the topic. That is what we want to tell you in this first segment, because one of the good things is that overwhelm means that you're growing. It's tough to say that though, right? It's tough to say that overwhelm means that you're growing because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. But it is a signal. It is a signal. And when you talk about it, it's not really a sign of failure. It means that maybe you've outgrown what you're currently doing. So what are some examples that you can think of where your business is growing and then you start feeling more buried?
Well, I mean, you got the chaos around it. More clients coming in, um, more things to fulfill, right? And it's going to get crazy before it gets clear. Um, Anytime that you try to scale up an operation and you have systems in place that don't scale with you, I mean, that can really be an eye opener. That it's time to transition out of being the technician, being the person that does it all, and actually become the business owner and put the proper people in place to get the things done that need to get done, right? And you know, and a prime example, right? ClickFunnels, right? I know we talk about ClickFunnels pretty much every week, but it's an easy prime example to talk about because you think everybody knows who Russell Brunson is, right? He's the face of the company, right? And Todd's starting to come out into the limelight a little bit for what he does as the product developer. But Russell's the mind, and Todd is the implementer, right? So that's the dynamic that those two have. So like each business needs at least two people in it for it to function properly. Like you can't be the mind and the operator at the same time forever. It doesn't work unless you're selling an info product or a book or something like that, and that's your only business. But even then, you still got to have somebody to create for you because you can't do it all.
Yeah, exactly. So when we talk about um, a sign that you're growing, overwhelm, for me, I it always goes back to when you're growing your audience. And for me, as a content creator, I I am growing my audience consistently. It is the number one KPI, or the number one thing that I am monitoring on a monthly basis. Now, as you are growing, as you're out there and you're growing your audience and you are being exposed to more people, you're growing, and that's a good thing. But at the same time, it can bring a little bit of overwhelm. If you're being reached out, if you have multiple people reaching out to you, being interested, one of the most important things that you can do is respond right away. I think statistics show that If you wait past 4 hours to respond, then you've lost that person as a client. If you can respond, the faster you can respond, the better opportunity you have to actually turn that person into a client. But how do you respond when you've got 20 people trying to reach out to you at the same time, or if you've got 20 messages in the DMs going at the same time? um, well, that's when you know the uh, that's when you know that you're growing, and that's just the first step. The first step, I think, that overwhelm, that means that you are growing. Now we'll get into a little bit later about how you can actually manage this growth, manage this overwhelm, but that's just an example that I have of how overwhelm is a sign of you growing. And I've experienced that firsthand.
Yeah,
What's
and it can be tough. But the number one thing to do though is to get clear on what you actually want and need to get done. Right, having that clarity is what is going to set up that motivation. Right, because if you have that end goal with that set date that you want to achieve that goal, um, that's when things start to happen. Right, we hear it all the time, right? From we were both in Secrets of Success for a while. We all know the teachings of Napoleon Hill and read or listened to his books 2 or 3 times too. Um, a goal without an end date is just a wish, right? A dream. So, what are some of the mini milestones that you put out during the week that you try to hit so you don't get overwhelmed?
um, the many milestones that I try to hit on a weekly basis are my it's for me, it's all about my output. It's about my output. Um, and I take responsibility for my output. I'm not always responsible for the results of my output, but as long as I am doing the output, then I've done what I'm supposed to do. If that makes sense to you. So um, create videos, make it the best video that it can be. And that means practicing or experimenting with different hooks. I'm always experimenting with hooks, Brandon. I'm always experimenting with hooks. I'm experimenting with negative hooks. I'm experimenting with curiosity hooks, um, and I'm experimenting with calls to actions. I'm experimenting with actual body of what I'm saying. It's I think in create in content creating and growing and posting on social media, there's an art to it. You
Mhm.
know, there's an art to it, and I think that my goal is always to pitch practice. It's to practice. It's to make sure that I've got a goal. Okay, so if my goal is to post 2 times today, and that goal is typically okay, there may be a morning and there may be an afternoon post. A lot of times I can just have that pre-done for me at one time a week, and then I just make sure that I'm putting it in, have it scheduled out the way that I want it to go throughout the week. And it's my output. It's my output, and I don't take responsibility for what the results are, but I know that I just do it, and don't question it, don't think about it, don't say, oh, I don't feel like it, or what if something happens. Do it, just do it, put it out there, let the algorithm do its work.
For sure,
And yeah,
for
let me
sure.
let me let me go ahead.
No, what do you got?
Oh no, I'm just plugging my laptop
Oh,
back in.
running out of battery there. That's no good. No bueno, man. Yeah, I mean, too many of us are trying to do 12 things at once and wondering why nothing's ever happening. It's because you're not focused on keeping the main thing, right? So that's from old Uncle G, right? So again, I mean, you just got to set one clear goal a week, get those milestones knocked out, because doesn't it feel good to just check off a list that you actually got something done, right? And have those must wins, that have to get done. And once knock down those little dominoes first, the big ones fall, right? I mean, where I'm sitting right now, I'm going to use myself as a real world example. So, as you know, the Bruce Wayne gig is what I like to call it. I'm trying to sell wiring harnesses now and graphic overlays, and I got a new sales manager kind of over top of me, wanting all the sales collateral that these companies never had in the 60 and 47 years, respectively, that they've been around. They've never been online. They've never really had presentations. I don't know how they got their first customers. Um, so it's been a lot, and so I'm just trying to take it all in. Thankfully, we got some student workers to that I can use to delegate, and we're knocking these things out one task at a time, and it feels good to at least get them done, at least first draft done, to then go back and reiterate and 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 get it right. So so how does it get fixed? You just got to prioritize the implementation of the projects, right? And that's what we're going
Mm-hmm.
to be chatting about next.
Exactly. And I put it right up here. Implementation is the bottleneck. What does that mean? Implementation is the bottleneck. Um, because, and that's the problem that I talked about earlier, and is that you already know what needs to be done, but it's not getting done. So, how do you decide what gets done? That's where implementation becomes the bottleneck. And
Yeah,
why? Mhm.
yeah. I mean, it comes down to the decision fatigue, right? So many times you're just sitting there and you got to think, and people are coming to you to make the decisions and to come up with all the ideas. It can be a little daunting. It's like everything's resting on you. Am I going to make the right choice? Who knows? But if it doesn't get done, then you're in a deeper hole than when you started, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yep. How do and it's like I think that there's a saying that comes from a military special forces that says slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed with the implementation, I think that's when sometimes I slow down and I can actually do the task, do the thing that I'm feeling overwhelmed about, get
Hmm.
it out of the way. And that's what I tend to do. I love lists and I love checking things off the list. Check, check, check. That way I'm putting those things behind me and I know that I can move forward and focus on the next thing. And that they do say that speed comes from just simplifying. Uh, yeah, simplicity.
Hmm. Yeah, and you bring up simplifying, just brings a piece of tech that comes to mind. Have you ever heard of Simpleology?
That's your boy.
Yeah, I can't think of his
You've
name.
you've talked
I know I
Corey
talked about it
Belcher.
before. No, not Belcher. Um, let me see, where is he?
It's not Perry Belcher. I thought it was
No,
Perry
it
Belcher.
was Russell, one of Russell's first mentors that he bought $1,000 coaching program off of that he didn't have. Um,
Oh, okay, okay. He was at Funnel Hacking Live one year, and I think that he was teaching that whole simpleology, and I think you got the course or something.
yeah.
Yes. What's up? If you're out there, if you're struggling with overwhelm, give us a hashtag in the comments. Let us know.
Oh, and it's gonna bother me right now that I can't think of his name. Why can I not? Um, why can I not think of it?
Well, well, if it's not Perry Belcher, then it's It's the other guy that was at Funnel Hacking Live that year. I don't know why I want to say it's Perry Belcher.
Mark Joyner. How can I not remember who
Oh
Mark
yeah,
Joyner
yeah,
is?
yeah, yeah. Mark Joyner. Okay.
Yeah, Simpleology from Mark Joyner. Like if you need a piece of tech that is good for you to use. I mean, that you can text it, your to do list, and all that kind of stuff to knock out and figure out what's actually important, what needs to be delegated, and all that kind of stuff. Simpleology is it. It's not a sponsored deal. It's not a paid deal. I'm not an affiliate for it or anything like that. I've just found it useful. You know, I'm not an expert at it yet, and I probably should use it a lot more, especially now. But I mean, even then, using those lists and task trackers can feel like an overwhelm in the fact that you got to then do extra work to put it in to then check it off. So I don't know. It's a double edged sword, man. You kind of, I feel damned if you do, damned if you don't, right?
Yeah, tracking. And I just put up that next thing that you're talking about, delegation. Being able to delegate and being able to actually give up some of the reins. It was a struggle for me. This is something that I definitely struggled with because, I do know that if you want to scale, then you have to stop doing these $10 tasks when your time is worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, every hour you're stuck, like editing a photo or a video or fixing any email automations that that may be screwed up, yeah, you're not closing deals and building a brand, right? And it's definitely a who, not how mindset. And who do we know that kind of coined that phrase and put out a book with it?
That's our man, uh, Professor, no, Dr. 10x is easier than 2x.
Yeah,
Dan, no, no, he wrote it with Dan Sullivan too.
he did.
Uh, he wrote that with Dan Sullivan too. Um, and Benjamin Hardy.
That's it. Dr. Ben Hardy.
Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Yes. Oh man, that came to me. I was just like, okay, Dr. Ben Hardy with Dan Sullivan. Yeah, who not how? Who not how? Most of us don't need more hours. Most of us don't need more hours, but we need more help. And we have to ask ourselves, what can we stop doing and who can help me with this? Those are a couple of questions that you can ask yourself uh, to learn to delegate. I think I talk about how I struggled with it. Uh, and for me, it's always, I feel like I'm the only one that can do it. And I feel like I'm the only one that can do it right. Do you ever
Mm-hmm.
feel that way?
All the time, 100%. I mean, even now with the delegation that I have with me, the student workers that we were able to pull in to help with some of this marketing stuff and design stuff. Like right after work, I got home, I sat down, I looked at the design, I was like, it's good, but I got to fix this. I got to add this text to it. I got to fix the copy of this because, I've been in it for 10 years, right? From a sales aspect, from selling cars to now 4 years with, Kennedy and Brunson and all that kind of stuff when it comes to copywriting. And this young girl's been studying a year and a half, 2 years on just basic general design and got thrown into I pretty much just threw her in to the deep end and said, hey, I need a brochure that is going to sell engineers and uh, procurement on why they need to pick this company to source their materials from. Here's the current one, make it look better. I was like, that's pretty much all the direction that I was able to give her because I was already swamped myself. And I mean, sometimes you got to do that. You gotta let them learn. It's a teaching, it's a it's a teaching experience as well. And after they do it, then you go back in and coach them up on what needs to be done copy wise and design wise to make it right. So yeah.
Oh yes. I was a member of a high level mastermind where I was meeting with a group of $1 million business owners week after week, and we would all share different strategies for growing their business. And it was one of the the most insightful and rewarding. It was one of the most exciting and rewarding masterminds that I've ever been a part of, because I could just come into this room with all of this experience and I would put it out there on the table, things that I was struggling with myself and and in my own business, and to get the feedback and the suggestions from people that have already been there is invaluable. And I did pose to them the question, how do I get past this block? How do I get past this mind block of being able to delegate and being able to hand the reins over to someone else to take a task off of my hands? And I'll tell you what, several of the business owners told me, and that was that they struggled with that too. And how they overcame it was they began to accept good and not perfect.
Mm.
And that's what they said. They said that um, you have to be able to understand and accept 85 to 90% and not expect perfection like you normally do. And that has helped me tremendously to be able to say, okay, it's not 100% like I would do it. And I know that I am the only one that can really do it that well. But if I can get 85 to 90%, then I can continue to coach up until the 95 and the 100% range.
Yeah, for sure, and that's definitely the way to do it. So again, to kind of just reiterate, the best things to do as of right now is again to figure out the who, not how it's going to get done. Go with the low hanging fruit. Find a VA, get a project manager, outsource your marketing, and leverage softwares and systems to buy back your time. I use ChatGPT so much today; it told me to go take a break, right? And now I'm obsessed with this new app called Gamma, right? Um, that is knocking out these presentations left and right and give me new iterations to kind of present, and they choose which ones they like best. So I mean, again, if you're feeling stuck, just ask yourself, what can I stop doing, and who can help me with this? Because when you're stuck in the weeds, your business can't grow because you as a leader aren't leading, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it can, but it will be a chaos. It will be like what is it? Quiet riot. It will be what's another sort of oxymoron like that? It's organized chaos, right? Organized chaos. Have you heard that phrase before?
That is my office right now, and that's part of the overwhelm that I do feel is because I clean it up and then it just, I don't know what happens. It explodes everywhere again, and yeah, I mean, but they say a messy room is a sign of genius around you, right? If there's a mess around you, like you just operate at a different level. At least that's what I've been told, and that's what I tell myself, right? Just so I feel better about it. But um, there's still,
That's what you say.
but there's supposed to be a mindset shift around this whole thing, right? You got to go from operator to owner, from doer to delegator. So what should be done is just take out the time for thinking, planning, marketing, and selling. Like map it out, right, and then just push it out to who it needs to go out to get it done. And that way you won't be reacting to what's going on around you, and you'll start leading. And that's how the machine is built, right? Um, because the 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 train conductor doesn't go load up all the cars behind the engine, right? He's got somebody else back there as he's driving it. Somebody else is connecting everything, and that's how you have to run your business.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Working on the business and not in the business. That's we've heard that phrase thousands of times. But yeah, if here's one more time that you'll hear it to if you're going through that right now, if you especially if you're going through that right now. Um, yeah,
For sure. For sure. So look, if you're still feeling overwhelmed, stuck, unmotivated, this is exactly what you need to do. Simplify and clarify. Set the one clear target. Okay, just write it down. One clear target that you want to achieve by the end of the week. Got to put a date on it because a goal without a date is just a wish, right? And,
daydream.
and finish it. Don't just start it. Got to commit to that execution. And if you can't do it yourself, get help. Okay, Mark's here. I'm here. Invest in the people and the tools that will move you forward. And we'll give you the whole list of tools that we use to run our business that makes it super easy to do. And if you want that full list of our tech stack, we don't mind sharing it. There's no secret to it. We talk about it every week, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's getting smaller and smaller with ClickFunnels. Keep adding more things too.
100%. In fact, I'm canceling Get Response this week. I've already downloaded all my emails that I need to port over to to 2.0 and move my 1.0 funnels over with those. And so this is my last month I've been paying for that. I probably overpaid and paid way too long. I've just been too overwhelmed to do the things I need to do because I'm worried about all these other projects that I'm taking. But you know what? I said by Friday, Get Response is being canceled, and I'm not paying for it again. That saves me another another $50 a month right there. Um, so again, don't wait until you're drowning to get the help. Build out your team before you burn it out. Reach out to Mark and I today, tomorrow, the next day. Anytime you feel overwhelmed, don't hesitate to hit us. DMs are always open, and we'll help you get through whatever you need to get through.
Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I I have been talking with a colleague online, and we've been just making some plans to actually have a session that we can invite people to. And this is it's a content creation session. It's a session where we're going to meet for probably about an hour on Zoom, where we can all come together and really um, plan out a content plan for about 30 days. I think we have been following Eric Thane's his content, his viral authority formula, and so we're going to be we're going to be working on that. So if you're feeling stuck in that area and you'd like to, really get with some people that are going to mastermind and do some hands-on planning, we're talking, get your laptop out. We're going to be screen sharing. We're going to be showing how you can create all these videos and social posts over a short period of time that will make you that help you grow your audience for sure, and helps you to decide, when you're thinking about what you should say or how you should say it or what topics to discuss. We'll be going over all that, so definitely look out for that. Make sure you're following me on on my social media profile somewhere. It's the Mental Marketer everywhere. You'll see me everywhere anyway. Got some ads we're gonna be running here soon. It's
Yep,
awesome.
yep. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, if you got anything out of today's show, just know there is help for you. You don't have to go the journey alone. Some people are like lone wolves. Totally get it. Been that way a long time, but I've come to realize that I need to help and start leaning into the people that I have around me to help carry a little bit of the burden. So if you got anything out of it and you want to hear more content like this, let us know in the comments. Hit subscribe so you don't miss another episode, and share it. Do us a favor and share it because your support helps this grow. And don't forget to reach out and ask us any questions. We're here for you, no matter what we say. Even though we, sometimes say we don't like people. Well, there's been a couple episodes where we've come in frustrated, right? But we love everybody, and we want to help you move forward and conquer that local market.
Yes, conquer it, conquer it, conquer it. That is how to avoid being overwhelmed. It's just not a good feeling. Yep, stay out of that territory, even though it's kind of like, okay, it's like, yeah, like the first thing that we said, a little bit of overwhelm just means you're growing pains. And as you start to grow, you're just gonna have to let let go of some of that let go of some of that control. Let go of it. Yep.
That's it. That's it. Well, I mean, look, I know it's kind of a little bit of a short episode tonight, but that's what we got for you. So, if you liked it, let us know, and we will see you next week.
Mm,
So
mm.
keep practicing.
I did want to say one thing
Oh,
before we take.
you got a PS? Okay, what's the PS, Mark?
No, I just want to, we had this past week, I think it was past couple of weeks, I think we had Eric Thane on last week. We were talking about the 10X Growth Con. And then but I think there were some people that had reached out to me. And it was just really about the price of his program, and they weren't really ready for that type of investment. And I don't know if you paid attention, but he's actually come out with a more affordable offer for a limited edition copy of his book. You mind if I share?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. And I thought this was a pretty interesting offer. See that? Yes. So he has released a limited edition 60-second authority where you still have the he still has a few of those copies left of that signed hardcover limited edition print of the Create Don't Capture. He's
Mm-hmm.
giving that along with the Creator's Journal. He's giving out some courses, his 60-second viral authority, the viral triggers workshop, and editing with AI training, and where he's teaching how to use AI in your content creation to be able to edit and create stunning videos, and also the camera confidence method. And it's just $197. Awesome deal. Want to make sure that I put this out there for you all, just in case that you still wanted to get on board and you didn't have an opportunity to at the previous time. I want to make sure that you have this opportunity. Let me throw this up there. This is how you're going to be able to take advantage of that offer while supplies last. So I can't say that this is going to be available by the time that you view this video, but it is available now. Oh, wow. You like that?
Sure.
I'm doing some experimenting with how to make these okay, all right, hold on. Okay, yes, so that's it. There's a QR code. It's been pushed out to the comments. If you did want to take advantage of that, I thought this was a pretty great offer. I'm grabbing a book, and maybe if you grab a book too, we can go through this together. I think it'd be an awesome way to kind of work on it together as a group, if you can. If you can. All right, let me take that off and stop that there. All right, I'm getting better with this restream. All right, I'm getting better with it. I am actually getting better with it and making things come up and go around. I'm trying to learn it because there's so many different customizable. Oh yeah, see, check that out right there, Brandon.
Very nice.
All right. I'm just getting just messing around with it. I'm messing around with it. All right, cool. So other than that, I don't yeah. Do you have any final words?
Nope, that's it. That's all I
Uh
got, man.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know what? There was something else I saw this week. Just talking about things that we see out there on a weekly basis out here in the online world. And I saw it and I thought, wow, look at that. And it was just I don't know if you've gotten the emails from Russell this week, if you've paid attention to them.
Yeah, he sent out a 7 email sequence. What do you mean you can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Who said they can't hear you?
Oh, sorry. I was looking. I was looking at the Facebook stream, and it was like because I got a comment. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So Russell's email sequence this week. So he put out a Gary V deal for that branding masterclass, and which is kind of interesting because with the whole rebrand and what ClickFunnels deal is, and they're kind of moving away from the direct response, even though they're still using it, but they are going more into brand and content at this stage of the game to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And then he put out a 7 email sequence talking about the different funnels.
Yep. Saw that too.
And those were the only 2 sequences that really kind of stood out to me. I mean, I get so many emails as it is. His stuff gets shoved in a folder, gets kind of buried. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I I saw that and I was like, wow, I didn't even know that he had Gary V on tape like that. But and you could tell. So I think what the lesson is that I got from, his whole marketing over this past week, because, of course, when I'm going through a funnel, I'm paying close attention to it. And I saw him repurpose the 30 days book. Did you see that though? He's named it something else. He's named it starting with nothing. But it's like he's taken the same chapters out of the 30 days book, and he's taken the same training, but he's repurposing it, rebranding it, but it's the same content. And I was thinking about that. I was like, because what I've done, and this is what I've done, because I've done a lot of I've made some PDFs, some lead magnets and things like that. And what I've learned now is that the same material, same structure, but now I'm going to call it 30. Okay, so I have 100 offers to promote for content creators, and I'm niching down, and that's who can we credit for giving us that advice to?
With the niching down part?
Yeah, as far as the naming conventions, we read a book back. Maybe it's been a couple years now. Maybe it's been a year or so.
I don't know. I don't remember.
100 million offers.
Oh, the offer deal. Yeah. Yep. I think I pulled that off the shelf the other day and was flipping through that. He started his campaign for the sales book. I did get that email, and got that secret chapter. It's sitting right.
Oh, there's a what, you got this recently? I've been getting emails. Well, but that was, wait a minute, but you sent that to me.
No, I didn't. I didn't send this to you.
I thought you sent me a chapter when you got the actual book, but that was recently?
Yeah, this is the new one. I sent you the chapter when you got the other book, and that was like the lost chapter for that book. This is the preview chapter for the next book, for the sales book. So that's coming out, and that's pretty exciting.
Oh, would you mind me asking when did that come and what did the email look like? Because I've been getting his emails, but I've just been kind of storing them away. I haven't really looked at them, but he's got this thing called the Mosey Minute.
It didn't come in the Mosey Minute. It came
It didn't
outside of
come in the
that.
Mosey Minute. Okay.
And
Do you remember?
it might have been an offer on his latest lead magnet that he was pushing out there, trying to figure out where you're at in the business and give you that roadmap. It might have been from in there in that course that he's kind of pushing that. So I don't know. I found it. I got it. I haven't read it yet. I need to reprint it because it didn't print right. Like it's not even lined up right.
Okay, but okay. So I'll have to see if I can find an email from him with that because I would like to get my hands on that too. Anybody out there listening that would like to get their hands on that too, tell Brandon we want it. We want the book too, Brandon. Don't keep it to yourself.
How much is it worth to you? How much is it worth to you?
Hey, you know what? You know what I was thinking? My first check from my new gig. You know what? I'm thinking about, just kind of giving it away.
Oh, that'd be a nice thing. There you go.
Yeah, because it's really gonna be it's really gonna be like a bonus check, and it's really freaking cool, right? Yeah, it's really gonna be like a bonus check. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out something to do with it. Maybe go half if you go into some content if you go in some content with me. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll do 50-50. But it'll be interesting.
Will be
Cool. All
interesting.
right.
Cool. Cool. I don't know if I had anything else. You were kind of going on something, and I got distracted, and I distracted you with that book thing. What else? Oh, with the Gary V. Oh, yeah, Gary V deal. So that deal that he put out.
Uh-huh.
Um, if you know the backstory for that, like Russell and Gary like hated each other just because they came from two different segments of marketing,
Back
right?
kind of backgrounds. Yeah.
Yeah, Russell being direct response first, and Gary being brand first. Um, but it wasn't until like after that and they sat down and kind of duked it out that they gained the respect, and lo and behold, now Russell's going more branding and less direct response. And Hermosi did it quicker than Brunson did because he realized that direct response will get you there fast, but branding will keep you there longer. But when it comes to small businesses, right, you don't have the money to brand. If
But
you
that's Dan Kennedy's first rule of direct response marketing.
no
It's like,
cost branding, like your direct response marketing is your brand up front.
yeah, and his philosophy is that you shall not spend any money on branding. Any money spent is going to be for uh purchasing, not branding.
Yeah, buy the ads, buy the leads. No billboards unless you can track it, right? It has to be trackable. No vehicle wraps unless you can track it. None of that gobbledygook, right? It's to the customer. You're buying a radio ad, you put in a special phone number for that radio ad only for them to call, so you know if that radio ad is working and converting. And that's the foundational principle of it. If you can't track it, don't buy it. So
That's the And now I heard Hormozy saying, I don't pitch at all. Don't throw your offer out there at all.
yeah,
And if yeah, and I'm okay. So that's definitely branding.
for sure. And
Um,
but he's at the stage in his game right now to where that's all he needs to do, right? He has the systems in place for it to run. He has the facilitators behind him to run his run his workshops and, build his websites and build his email follow-up and edit his videos and his social posts and things like that. I mean, I think I think he has systems in place to kind of capture the thoughts of his tweets, but I don't think he's the one out there tweeting all the time. I think it's probably stored in some type of Google Doc or whatever, and punched out by some intern or whatever that manages his social media. I don't think it's him. That's my thought.
Maybe it's his thoughts, but someone else is just posting it. Yeah. So his thoughts, but
I get a tweet an hour from him. Literally.
Oh yeah.
It's like
a tweet an hour.
It's literally like a tweet an hour that I get from him. And Cardone's the worst.
He's going the Cardone way. He's going the Cardone way, right?
Cardone's like 5 tweets an hour.
Cardone's gonna tweet you out.
But nobody
and email you out. Did you stick around for later in that 10X Growth Con?
No.
I didn't. Who was his big person? Was it Eric Trump? Was that the big person that he had? Because that was day one.
I don't know. Like when he brought out Martha Stewart, like the last day, I shut it down.
I saw her.
Yeah.
I
pretty much shut it down. I was like,
no, him and Martha were up there having martinis.
Yeah. So I didn't even watch the last deal. Like I saw Martha Stewart, and then they had a panel talking about 10X Health and that whole deal that he's got going on with Gary Brecka right now. It's like
where they're like this, right?
That's just noise and drama that I don't even need to be having in my life. And him talking about hydrogen water and that snake oil stuff, man. I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that noise in my life.
So what happened? You're souring on Grant Cardone or Uncle G?
I'm not souring on Uncle G. The principles, the sales training, all that kind of stuff is good. I'm not going to knock the product, that side of the product. The other stuff that he's getting into, the 10X Health and the real estate side. I mean, I'm not invested in it, so I can't speak towards it. I would invest in it, but I don't know. I think it's noise, man. I think it's just too much noise, and I got to keep the main thing, and that's finding customers and putting what I have learned into practice and keep pitching. So that's it. That's my take on it. Do I think people should sign up for it? Yes. Do I think they should sign up for it through me? Yes. But other than that, just stay out of the rest of the noise that he has going out there, and you'll be good. You'll be good.
Yeah, a lot of noise.
But he does have a $29 mastermind through Cardone Ventures, which I found interesting and almost pulled the trigger on it. But it's a lot of the stuff that I already have in my account, so I'm not going to buy it again and pay $29 a month for it. But yeah, that's it. That's my
$29 mastermind. Cool. All right. Well, thanks. That's a great wrap up. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Pitch Practice.
The
show. We missed that earlier.
That's okay. I didn't miss it. You missed it.
No, you missed it.
I was following the script, man. I was following the script.
You know what? Only thing I will say that there's one thing in common with every time that that Restream messes up. There's one common denominator.
You,
because
it's your Restream. That's the only common denominator.
There's one common denominator with everything that messes up. It's always you.
It's your program and your platform. I'm a guest.
Yeah, but
if it can't handle guests,
it never messes up on me. I never get messed up. So
I didn't have anything. Nothing else was open on my computer. I made sure everything was shut down.
You always say that.
Nope.
You always say that.
This time I made sure of it.
And then I have like 100 things open, and still nothing on this side.
No, Restream's
Common
hot garbage.
denominator. All right.
Yeah, Restream's hot garbage.